if I have to name like a core on how to advance as a music producer, it's like the hours you put into it.
There's a shake in your voice, a break in the sentence coming.
Hey my dear friends, it's a beautiful Saturday. I'm just done here in the studio working a little bit on a new song, also some business stuff since we got that new release up, Ain't Gonna Give by Gary Ocean, really housey, really cool. First link in the description if you want to check it out. We'll also use it as a background music for today's vlog. And yeah, the weather is just perfect, like dream weather, like the first real spring day actually. There are some dudes fishing. The bridge unfortunately is up all the time. I don't know what happened to it. I think it's broken. I got an email. They said they will fix it within a week. It's already like past 2 weeks. So you have to drive around it, which is a little bit annoying, especially for the people coming here to the studio to learn DJing and stuff, because the bus is taking that detour, but takes like 10 minutes longer. Also by car, it's 5 minutes longer. But yeah, anyways, it's so beautiful outside. I think I won't spend the day today in the studio, the rest of the day at least. So, just a simple Q&A today. First question that I got was what my height is actually. I don't know why someone wants to know that, but I think it's like 183, 184 centimeters. Don't know what that is in foot and inch. I don't get this kind of system. Next up, how to get ideas if you're uninspired. It always helps me to just listen to other people's music, maybe just stop making your own music, go outside, enjoy the sun, do something else basically, and just go back to making music when you're inspired. Sometimes it also just helps to force yourself to just sit in front of the computer and start working, and once you get a certain point, it just flows. It really depends. This is like personal preference. The next one is, what's the hardest thing about making music? I would say like trying to make a living of it. That's probably the hardest. Getting started is easy. Making good stuff is easy, but making money actually with it, that's quite hard. The next one is, what separates a good producer from a great producer? I just say that the music that person makes, the mixing quality is also important. Creativity, uniqueness, and of course being able to constantly produce good stuff, not just like one hit. When we send demo emails to labels, is it okay to send 2 demo links in the same email? Yes, of course. I personally always include at least 2 songs, because this way you double your chances, and if they don't like one of them, they might like the other one. If they like one, they see what the other one maybe, that you're able to also produce other stuff. And yeah, 3 also possible. More than 3 is probably too much. And usually when people send me demos, the first thing I ask them is to send me more songs, because I don't want to sign artists that just make this one song. I want to sign an artist that can do multiple songs, that I'm able to build up with promoting him on my label.
I ain't gonna give you my loving. I ain't gonna give you my loving.
Really enjoyed like the city, the sun. I haven't been in the city center for like almost half a year, so many things changed. New buildings, other buildings disappeared. It's like, it was definitely fun. We had cake and pizza and just the good stuff. Now let's actually continue with the questions. There are a lot more. Whenever I start a new project, I'm productive only for the first 3 to 4 days. Then all my productivity goes away when I finish the drop and start working on break intro. What should I do to not hit this block? Again, like, try forcing yourself a little. Like maybe say I will finish this song within the next 2 weeks and I will not work on other songs until I finish that one. What's also really good is bounce it out of your DAW, listen to it on headphones, and just write down every single mistake that you hear, every single thing that you think still needs to be done. Then go back to your DAW and start like just going step by step and do the things that you wrote down and actually really do them. And then do this again until the song is finished. I think this can really help like to keep you focused in check and actually just go by the list that you created yourself. Here's another one with I'm not really creative, I'm not inspired, I can't really work. I mean, I hear this a lot and a lot of people ask me for my inspiration, but I think sometimes this I'm not inspired, I can do something is maybe just an excuse for maybe not having, I don't want to say skill, but not having enough like experience and just like struggling, especially at the beginning when you're learning to make music. Like you're struggling to figure out how to get there to finish a song, to finish a good song, because you've never done it before. So also in my music production kind of career, this was the hardest, like learning to finish songs, to make them 100% complete and forcing yourself to finishing them. Like early in the beginning where I started out, I made like 100, 200 songs. I at least started them and finished maybe 2 or 3. And now I start a song, I finish it, and I decide early on if I want to keep on working on it or not, because I can kind of imagine what would sound like finished and if it fits to my style or not. So you just need to force yourself a little to finish songs, to learn how to finish them. Otherwise you will be always stuck in that kind of part where you just build up a loop, maybe a drop, and that's then basically it. And you can't release it, your time is wasted. You have to force yourself to finish the tracks. Try the techniques with writing it down, try sending it out to other people, get feedback, and like also incorporate their feedback into your work, and not start another one until you're finished with that one you're working on right now. You might be saying to yourself, I don't want to finish it because it's not perfect, and it won't be perfect, but you will only get to perfect or to the point where you can release your songs when you learn to do 100% of the song, not just the loop, not just the drop and mixing those, like finishing it. Arranging it is like usually the part where most people stop. Try to do the arrangement already early on, to have a song 3 minutes long to listen to, and then again do the list and like try to build up your song this way. I think this is so important. What do you think about when to start your own label? If you want to release your own music, I actually wouldn't start your own label. If it's just for your music, I would then either use the distributor like DistroKid, TuneCore, or you can also use the option that I'm offering with the sub-label sineUP. If you want to know more about it, it's linked in the description. It's like an easy way to get your music out there, test it, see how much money it makes, and have way less trouble. Starting your own label is a lot of work. You have to register a company, label code, and all these kind of things. Find a distributor, they take a cut. So there's a lot more work involved, and it only makes sense if you also want to start releasing music by other people. I find it very difficult to decide on a specific style to produce. Advice on how to choose, or maybe how to avoid choosing. It is hard to choose when you're like a lot, yeah. I know the problem, everyone has it. Sometimes you produce like deep house and then you get bored of it and try out something new, and then that also doesn't really work, and then something new again. So you're switching, which is actually really bad, because your main goal, if you want to have like your project, your music, is to build up a fan base, and they will be just like all over the place. If you switch from trance to deep house to techno, they won't get it. I mean, once you're a little more like known, you can have like a side project. Guetta has one, and like Skrillex has one. Like they all have more underground kind of aliases. But in the beginning, you need to focus on one to be able to compete with everyone else. If you do too many styles, you will be never really good in it. Everyone else is focusing on a style, giving 100%, and you're just giving 50 or maybe just 33 if you have like 3 styles that you're making. So really, it's your choice. You have to think about it. You have to sit down, listen to music, think about what you like the most, and maybe also think what you're the best in. And like a combination of those two should be that what you're producing. If you just want to be a ghost producer, if you just want to produce other people, then yes, it's like actually the opposite. You need to be as versatile as possible. Do you believe in having a long break from producing? Because right now there is a lot going on in my life. Cheapest laptop, but yeah, okay. I know the situation. I always try to have as much time available for making music and try not to stop. But also in my kind of path, there were certain months where I didn't make any music. I was once so broke, I had to do like a summer side job for 3 months, which like took 12 hours out of my day, and it started, I think, 5 in the morning, which completely destroyed me. So I didn't, no music at all for 3 months, but it doesn't hurt that much if it's not too long, because I mean, you still got the knowledge, so you won't lose a whole lot. It's not something you constantly have to do to keep like training. Like if you go to the gym, build up your muscles, if you don't train for a month, it's all gone basically. That's not happening with music. And I think a break can also be like a fresh restart, motivate you a lot. I think, yeah, if it's less than half a year, don't worry about it. If it's longer than that, you will like start losing your knowledge about your DAW, and maybe you won't be that fast. But if you have to take a break to make money, of course do so, because otherwise you won't be able to go back to making music. Do you play PUBG? I don't even know what that is, or if it's misspelled, or any other video games. No gaming for me at the moment. I love gaming. I play Warcraft quite a lot, maybe way too much as everyone that played that game. I mean, World of Warcraft. Warcraft 3, StarCraft 2, huge fan. Also Zelda, Final Fantasy, so mostly role-playing kind of games, less shooters. Not a big shooter fan, but I would love to have more time to play these kind of games. I really enjoy it, but I just don't have the time, and yeah, it's just bad. Any tips for people who just got into producing music? A million tips. Like this entire channel is about tips. So if you want to learn and know what it is, not only like how to make music, also the business side and how to get a label and all these kind of things, have fun on my channel. I think we hit over 1,000 videos by now, so just go check it out. I'm getting a lot of questions about Article 13 and my opinion on that. Let me know in the comments if you want to see an entire video about it, because I could actually talk about both sides, because I make music, I'm like creating, but I'm also kind of part of this YouTube community. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in that. What do you think about pre-recorded sets? Not a huge fan, but I think everyone is not a big fan of like playing a pre-recorded set, because I think most DJs can DJ. They pre-record it because the festival makes them pre-recorded so that they can kind of sync the light show to it and the fireworks and everything. So it's necessary for the show part, I get it. Last question for today, best tips for beginner EDM producers. Obviously learn music theory, basics, but what else to excel my music career? Thanks. I think it's like, if I have to name like a core on how to advance as a music producer, it's like the hours you put into it. Every hour you spend on making music, informing yourself about how to make music, listen to other people's music, this will definitely help you to advance. So just stay active, don't give up, and just keep on doing what you love. If you eventually come to a point where you don't like making music anymore, maybe stop. If it's frustrating you too much over a too long period, maybe it's not for you, or maybe it's not working out. There are like different types of people, and some can deal with it, others not. The music industry almost broke me a million times. So I'm still here trying my best. So yeah, just never give up.
You're my loving.